feedback in the chat box if you know you can hear me loud and clear. All right. Good evening, Grace Chama. Thank you for that. Now I know that I'm communicating. Good evening, wherever it is that you may be joining from or you're connecting from. I welcome you to the live session, and I think we'll be, if we don't already right now, have our speaker for today with us. I'm sure he'll be joining any. Oh, yeah, he's here on the call. So I'm just going to spend 5 minutes so that others can join before our speaker begins today. I welcome you all. Thank you in the chat box. Thank you. Please, when the speaker begins, when our facilitators for today begins, please, I want you to also be as responsive in the chat box as possible so that he also can be sure that you're communicating with him. I welcome you to LIBL Academy Teachers Training 2024, and I know that we've got registrants from different part of the country, different parts of Nigeria. So you're welcome, and we are sure. Yes, I can. Oh, good evening. How are you? Yeah, I can see some old students. You know, I know some have enrolled for some of our courses, for some of our classes in the past, and some of them are reapplying again or enrolling again. And I know there are also new faces here, but we look forward to learning extensively this evening because the speaker today is versatile, is an intelligent one. He's an intelligent facilitator, and he has trained hundreds and hundreds of teachers in different seminars, and you know, over the years he has been of great help to the industry. So just before I introduce him, I know it's on the call, beautiful. So just shortly before I read his profile, for those of us who are connecting with us for the first time, please, the moment our speaker is done, remind, because I know there are more people that will likely be joining this call very soon. So please, if you know you've got questions, the moment is rounding off, just ask your questions right away and we'll address a few questions that we can address. So we are also live on YouTube. For those who might also want to connect on YouTube, we'll be posting the YouTube link to the WhatsApp group. So at this moment, I'd like to introduce, let me read the profile of our speaker today. His name is Peace Bamidele. Peace Bamidele is a seasoned development expert with vast experience in education, learning, and development, and is also in project management. Holding a master's in educational management and planning, he has spearheaded numerous impactful initiatives. As program director of EduAid, he implemented over 20 education initiatives across 50 schools, coordinating a team of 500 plus volunteers. As project lead of Data Science Nigeria, Bamidele launched a UNESCO-recognized MasterCard Foundation-sponsored EdTech platform serving over 1 million students. Wow. Wow. He has also served as Schools Country Director for Bridge Nigeria, managing over 500 school leaders and staff across 46 primary schools. Bamidele has authored 2 books, consulted for over 25 companies, organized 10 plus seminars, webinars, and trained over 7,000 professionals from various sectors. He has collaborated with 3 state governments to draft policy statement and facilitate training programs. Please, fellow teachers and educators, with joy, can you please help me welcome Mr. Peace Bamidele.
Hi. Hello. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's an honor to be here. Thank you all for joining this session. I know it's 5 p.m. Nigerian time. I'm joining you live from Atlanta, Georgia, United States. Right now, it's about 12:05 p.m. We're 5 hours behind, but it's an honor to be here. This is what I do for a living. It's my passion to talk to teachers and educators. My mom is a teacher, was a teacher, and so my dad also was a teacher. And it's always an honor to be able to speak with teachers and share my experience and share my learnings, okay, with everybody. So thank you all for joining this call, and it shows that you are teachable, you want to learn, you want to improve. And I can't wait to also learn from you all. Okay, anytime I share, I also have the opportunity to learn from your experience, even as you post in the chat or you ask questions. It's an opportunity to share and learn from one another. Okay, I thank you so much. The host of the Leadership Intelligence and Business Learning Academy. I was with you about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's an honor to be here again. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I've known you for quite a while, and just being able to do this together, Mr. Olasomi Ayodeji, is such an honor for you to constantly invite me, for the great work you continue to do in the sector, both in the business and the educational sector, all the impact you're having across on YouTube. Those sessions are impactful and timeless. They're going to be a blessing for a long time to come. So thank you so much for all the great work you do and for inviting me here as well. Okay. So that being said, let's go on to business. I have so much to share with you, but I have such a short time. Okay. So what I will do is to ensure, please go back. I know this has been recorded. So please ensure that you go back and rewatch the session. I speak fast certain times. And I say certain things so fast you may not catch, but please just go back and watch the session again. And that's why it's been recorded. You can always rewind and revisit and just watch again, okay? The title of my session today, as much as possible, I want to make this very interactive, but I don't have enough time to do that. I'll be done in the next 40 minutes because I have another class ongoing right now, okay? As I'm speaking to you, there's literally another laptop beside me right here. And I'm going to just stop and go back because I have to quickly round that off as well. Okay, so I have to stop by 5:45 p.m. All right, 5:44 in fact, so that I can go back to that class. So please let's pay attention and maximize this session. The title of this session, as I was given, is Understanding and Managing Emotions, Strategies for Teacher Well-being and Burnout Prevention. Okay, I'm sure you understand that is a very important topic to cover, especially right now that many schools in Nigeria, generally, they are on break. You have the August break, and so you have time right now to refresh, recuperate, and prepare for the next session starting next month, okay? So you have to understand how to manage your emotions. You have to begin to plan about how you don't get tired and get stressed and be burned out after a lengthy semester, a lengthy term of working and getting all kinds of projects done, dealing with all kinds of demands, marking script, all of those things can get you really tired and worked up, okay? Burnout is real. Stress is real, okay? And we want to begin to share with you simple strategies. And these are things that you may already be doing that I just want to remind you of. And I just want to make sure you pay attention to so that you don't forget that, my life is important. Many teachers have lost their lives just because they overworked themselves. Many teachers have quit the profession just because they realize that, look, I'm not doing it again. They didn't manage themselves. So we're going to be sharing with you simple things, simple strategies you can begin to adopt today that will help you to be able to manage yourself better as a teacher, as an educator, wherever you find yourself, okay? Managing emotions, emotional intelligence, social and emotional learning. These are conversations I have every time. The session I just left right now is a 4-week class I'm having with teachers and educators on social and emotional learning, about how to practice the skills in the classroom, in the schools, everywhere you find yourself. And so this is a topic that is really dear to my heart. Burnout is real, okay? And really, what is burnout? Okay, burnout is that emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that you feel after you have worked for an extended period of time, prolonged stress, prolonged overwork. Okay, and teachers feel that every time. In fact, according to a survey in 2021 from adults in 122 countries, the research said 41% of adults worldwide are reporting to be experiencing a lot of stress. Okay, so the survey was done in 2021, and I'm sure that number has increased right now with all that is going on in the world. Here in the US is an election year, tension is all over the place. There's chaos in Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia. Nigeria just came out of a protest. I don't know if the protest is still ongoing. Inflation is it's an all-time high. Everything is just, people are dissatisfied, okay? But more importantly, even in your personal life, there's so much going on, okay? Competing demand, competing priorities. The principal wants you to achieve this. They want you to recruit more students into the school. They want you to mark your scripts quickly, or they want you to be able to teach and your students do well. Parents are complaining, my child is not doing well. Your family, even at home, in your family, your parents, you're not paying attention to your family, okay? Your husband is complaining, your wife is complaining, you have bills to pay, and you are getting overworked, you're getting overburdened, so many demands. And that's why the pressure is at an all-time high. For the last 4 years, really what has really caused this to happen is number one, the global pandemic, the COVID-19. When it hit in 2020, it changed many things, okay? When we went on that break, global lockdown, everybody shut down, and as students begin to come back to school, teachers begin to return to school, stress, people are just feeling, look, I don't want to do this job again. This thing is difficult, and people are slowly coming back, and then the people are getting tired, people are getting sick, and then of course, we now see also the advancement of technology. Artificial intelligence late last year came into the scene, ChatGPT. Everybody's wondering, okay, am I teaching this student enough? Am I teaching them enough? Are they learning enough? Is technology going to replace my job? Teachers are anxious about the job. Some teachers have been laid off because technology has replaced their jobs. Where I work, 12,000 people were laid off because of technology, artificial intelligence. And then there's also the conversation of the kinds of students you are having to teach in the classroom. No, this teacher, this student is very troublesome. This student has this issue. This student has, from background, sleeps with children in the classroom. This student is smokes all kinds of drugs. And then they have issues from home that they bring into the classroom. And you as a teacher, you have to deal with all of these things. Pressure is at an all-time high. And so I don't know what experience it is for you. Maybe you can drop it in the chat room. What are some of the things that cause you to experience pressure, burnout, and you just begin to feel as though I can't do this thing? Some of you, it could be the schedule, the workload. You just have too many demands. You work 9 to 5. You're a teacher, but you work 9 to 5. You will resume like 9 o'clock. By the time you're getting home, it's already 5 p.m. Even though it's supposed to be 2, 3 p.m. It's the workload. You are head of school, you are head teacher, you are still teaching mathematics, you are teaching English, you are teaching 5 classes, especially if you teach in a public school. Stress. For you, it could be family demands. Maybe your family you just have 3 children, yet you still have to teach, and then you have bills to pay. And maybe you are the head of the home as a father. You have to do many responsibilities. Could it be family demands? I want to see it in the chat room. Maybe you should be dropping. What are the things that are causing you to be stressed that you have identified as stressors for you? For you, it could be the stress in Nigeria. Maybe there's traffic in Nigeria. The traffic, you have to wake up every morning. Some people, their school is like 1 hour away. You have to wake up like 4:30 a.m. and face Lagos traffic, and then back again in the evening. And then repeat the same thing the next day. And then repeat the same thing the next week. And then, when you now have time to rest, I cannot rest. And then you start again. By the time the school, you are, is it the stress of Nigeria or the inflation? Things are really expensive right now. You go to the market and your salary is not enough to even buy the things you want. Stress mentally, stress emotionally. What are the things? What are the things that are, somebody says financial constraints? Could it be the nature of the children in your classroom? One child is just particularly stubborn. Somebody says teaching 2 subjects, okay? In 5 classes, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. working hours. Wow, that is really harsh. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I understand this challenge. This is real. Salary is very poor. Somebody say attitude of the parents of my student. Exactly. Some parents don't care. They just want their students to pass. And they will shout and scream at you. They will yell at you. They will report you to the vice principal. So there's stress everywhere. What can I do? I'm tired. And they are not paying me enough for all these things you are telling me to do. And yet you are telling me to be a good teacher. You're telling me to add more. You're telling me to include more. How am I able to do that? Salary is very poor. Somebody says school owners overworking the staff. Yes, that is real. For some of you, could it be you being a parent? You're a teacher, yet you have your own kids to also attend to. And your spouse is complaining that you're not paying attention to your own children. It's those children in school you're paying attention to. Somebody said, mine is family demand, poor salary and student attitude. Yes, family demand. Maybe you have cousins and nephews and brothers and sisters that are depending on you, yet you don't have enough money. You're not getting paid enough, and then you still have to teach. You still have to create curriculum, create a lesson plan, create lesson note, and teach. Extremely stressed. I understand that. And that's why I really appreciate and value all the things you are putting in the chat room here. As finally somebody says, we're paying for this and that is too much and it's choking my personal life, having so many positions you're holding, trying to balance this is very hard, not comfortable, extremely stressed. extremely stressed. I understand your pain. I really feel that. And that's why I want us to start by just documenting these things. Very important. Some of you may just be because you are not being promoted. No promotion in that school. You have been there, been in the same position for like 5 years. You want to be head of school. Nothing has changed. Somebody says traffic overload, students, the school attitude. Somebody says the environment too, balancing the divergent needs of life. I understand. I understand. This is not just you. You can see everybody's talking here. It's not just you. We're not the only one person. Everybody's going through tough times. Even abroad, teachers are struggling. I'm here. I can tell you for free. All right. Some people they're looking for growth opportunity. They're not growing again. Their growth has just stalled. Rise of technology. Things are, I'm not even interested in social media. I don't have time. Some people, they don't see a sign of hope in the future. They don't see anything to look forward to. So insecurity issues, especially if you're in Borno State as a teacher, you're in the northern Nigeria, you don't want to teach. So I'm just trying to really put these things down for you to understand that these things are real, and I can feel that, I can see that we know these things. And for you to also see that you're not the only one experiencing it. Other people are experiencing it too. Stress is at an all-time high. Across the world globally, 41% of adults are experiencing stress, and the number has even increased. Very important. What happens when people are stressed? What happens usually? You can put when you're stressed, what happens to you? But let me give you some examples, okay? You begin to feel dissatisfied. You begin to feel dissatisfied, no motivation to want to wake up. You are dissatisfied. I'm not interested in this teaching profession again. You are dissatisfied with the colleague, with the principal, with the parents, with the student. You can begin to yell at them. You get angry, okay? You begin to feel dissatisfied. You wake up in the morning, you don't feel like going to school. You just grudgingly go to school, all right? You grudgingly wake up. When you're teaching, there's no passion again. There's no enthusiasm again. There's no excellence again. That exuberance, that passion, you have demoralized. That's the word. Demoralized. Thank you, Rakia, for saying that. You don't feel passionate about the job again. That's one of the effects. Another one is depression. Some people will feel depressed. Say, I'm just depressed. I'm not happy. They just feel sad. Every time they complain to their spouse, I want to change my job. I want to change profession. I want to switch things around. I want to change. I don't feel depressed. They feel sad. Some people cry as teachers. Some people lack of productivity. They are no longer productive. They are just doing the same thing over and over again, repeating. Let me just teach this and finish. Teach this. There's no new, with all the advancements in education happening in different fields. Some people don't care. They don't send you again. They just repeat. They just teach. No innovation. And so the students too, they will just be listening. Okay. Somebody says just working to be able to pay bills. No motivation. Some of people is loss of inspiration. They are not inspired. No, what are you? What's teaching? Nothing. They don't see the profession as anything to be inspired about. No inspiration. Some people is envy and jealousy. They will see other people, they'll be envious, jealous. How I wish I can be in that school where they are paying XYZ. How I wish I can do that profession. They are seeing other people advancing in their life. Some people, they are not prepared again. They're not even prepared for lesson notes. What lesson note? Just put food on the table. Let me just teach and go. Some people, they begin to doubt themselves. Am I even called to be a teacher? Am I even called? Some people is anger, irritation. Their mood will change. They'll be being patient with students. They get angry at students. Any small thing, they shout. Stop that. Don't you? It's stress, it's burnout. Those in your apartment, even your family members, they become the victims. They become the victims of your stress and your burnout, lack of envy, jealousy. You begin to feel as though you are not yourself. That's what is called depersonalization. You begin to feel as though, who am I in this world? Lack of identity. You begin to, who am I? What am I supposed to be doing in this life? Those are the consequences of stress. Stress is a big thing. People begin to feel as though they are lost in the world. They are living another person's life. That, what is this? Okay, all kinds of things. Somebody says no reinforcements to boost morale. All kinds of things, lack of motivation, insecurity issues. All right, so we understand this. Those are the issues. And so today I want to share with you, okay? Somebody says the students are not encouraged and are not willing to learn. Zainab, can you tell me what state you are from? What state are you in? Lagos? What state? I'm curious to know. But that's the real thing. Students also begin to lose interest because the people at the top, they are not interested. They are not even willing to support. Kaduna State, amazing. That's where I was born. I was born and bred in Kaduna State. Spent the first 12 years of my life in Kaduna State. So I know what you mean. I understand. I suspected that was where you're calling from. So somewhere in the north. Okay, that's where you're joining the call from. All right. I can, especially when I saw your name. So, but yeah, I feel these things. And so I want to share with you, okay? Somebody says transfer of aggression. Exactly. That's the word. Transfer of aggression to pupils and students and even your family members. You transfer the aggression. All right. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I want to share with you. After that, I'll take questions, okay? I want to share with you, how do you manage these things? Now that we have identified what it is, we identified the causes, and also we have identified the consequences. No zeal for teamwork, all of those things you've identified. How do you deal with these things? How do you manage these things? Okay, this is where I want you to pay attention to me. Remember, I don't have a lot of time. Okay, there's so many things I want to say. There's so many things I could have said, but there's no time. I'm giving you some of the high points and highlight. Whatever one gets your attention, take it and grab it and run with it. Okay. Now, I want to share with you 3 T's, 3 words that start with letter T, all right, that I want you to pay attention to and work on this holiday before you resume next month. Work on these 3 T's. Number 1 is called triggers. Number 2 is called time. Number 3 is called talent. Triggers, time, and talent. Triggers, time, and talent, okay? Somebody says advent of digital systems make lose interest and stress stop teachers. Very accurate, all right? So triggers, time, and talent, okay? Whenever we talk about managing stress, we have to talk about strategies for managing stress, okay? You want to focus on what you can control. That's one of the first things you have to know. Don't focus on whatever you can't control, whatever is outside of your reach. You can't change certain things, okay? Whatever you can't change, focus on what you can control. The most important thing you can control is yourself, your reaction. You can manage yourself, all right? Because you don't want to die before your time. As long as you're alive, there's still hope. As long as you're alive, things can change, okay? But if you're feeling stressed and burnt out, you're feeling demotivated, you're feeling anxious, there's no sense of life, those things will limit the opportunities ahead of you. When you begin to feel stressed, you become blind. You're blind to opportunities, blind to the blessings that are coming your way. So you want to stay motivated. You want to stay alert. You want to stay happy. You want to stay joyful. You want to stay healthy. Stress affects your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. I'm going to give you strategies to help you overcome all of that, okay? And so, but I want to focus on these 3 things: your triggers, your time, and your talent. Now, what is when I say triggers, what do I mean? What are the things? And all of you have done great justice to identify your triggers in the chat room. We'll take it as an assignment after today. Identify your triggers. What are the things that are stressing me? Write a note, put it down. Think about it. Some people don't think about these things. What are the triggers? What are the things that gets me angry? The things that gets me tired, that gets me depressed? You want to evaluate yourself. Some people don't take time to evaluate. They take time to evaluate themselves. What gets me excited? Also, what gets me happy? What are the things that gets me motivated? What are the things that get me enthusiastic? Write it down somewhere. Those are your triggers. All right. What gets you hungry? Not physically hungry now, but hungry and passionate about life, wanting to do more. What gets you motivated? Write those things down. Document yourself. Document and evaluate yourself. Back in 2019, I was living a job that I'd been at for 5 years. And I went to a season, 3 months, closed myself, shut myself down from the world, and was analyzing myself. What are the things that I like doing? What are the things? What are my goals? What are my drives? What are the things that gets me anxious, worried, tired? Understand those things about yourself and begin to find solutions for them within the perspective that you have, within the ability that you have. You can't change everything, but document those things that are stressing you out right now and begin to plan ahead for how you're going to manage them in the future. Begin to plan ahead for how you're going to manage them in the future. What am I going to do? Do I need to have a conversation with my boss? Do I need to have a conversation with this parent? What are the things? Am I not sleeping enough? Am I not getting enough rest? Can I negotiate better time with my teacher, with my colleague? Can I negotiate better time with the principal of my school? What are the things? Somebody says to develop passion for the profession and have students at heart. Do I want to improve my capacity? Do I want to learn more? What are the things that get you angry? What are the things that get you excited? What are your triggers? So number 1 assignment, write down your triggers. Write down your triggers, okay? Whatever you don't write down, you don't know how to manage. Whatever you don't think actively about, okay, what are the things that are causing me? All right, all of the things you have put here in the chat room, put it down somewhere in a sheet of paper and begin to reflect on it. How can I better manage this? How can I better change this? How can I better rest well? How can I better manage this child that is giving me a headache? Sometimes you have to go and pray about this child. Sometimes you have to go and report this child to somebody and read about how to manage. Be actively involved in managing the things that are stressing you. Don't give up on life. Be actively involved. You are not built to give up so easily. People are going through tougher times. Whatever you think you're going through right now, somebody else is going through more, times 2, times 3, and they're still surviving. So be active. That's one thing I'm challenging you right now. This holiday that you have, don't give up. Don't say, okay, there's nothing. Think about what can I do, okay? Before we talk about what other people can do, what can you do about your life? Take ownership of your destiny. Take ownership of your destiny. I say it again. Take ownership of your destiny. How can I create a schedule for my life? What are the things that are making me unhappy? Is that parents that is getting me angry? Is that colleague that is getting me angry? What can I do about that situation? Number one, triggers. There's so many things I can say about that. Well, let's move to the number two. Number two is your time. Many people talk about time management. All right. But one thing I have learned, I learned this about 6 years ago. It has helped me in my profession. I used to be a teacher as well. When I finished from NYC 2011, I was a teacher for 5-6 months. I was a teacher before I pivoted into another profession because I wanted more for myself. All right. I wanted more for myself. So I pivoted, but I learned the art of time management. It's not just about managing time, it's about managing your energy, managing your passion. All right. Once you evaluate the things that are giving you stress, sometimes what you have to do is to do what I call pace yourself. Pace yourself. The semester is coming, another term is coming next semester. Next term is coming right now. You already know the things that are stress points for you. The things that you know that once the semester starts like this, once the term starts like this, everything is rush, 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 rush. Can you begin to do some of those things right now? Just little by little, begin to fix some things. Don't wait till everything is now on your head. If you have to prepare a schedule, let me do it 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. This is what is called the art of pacing yourself. Pace yourself. Space things out. Don't do everything in a rush. When there's so much pressure, sometimes all you have to do is go and sleep. You have a clear head and then you pace yourself. You have to manage your life like a project. When you have more energy to do stuff, you will last longer. Oh, this is important. Sometimes it's not about managing your time, it's managing your energy. When you feel like you are stressed, go and rest. Type that in the chat room. When you feel stressed, rest. When you feel stressed, rest. Don't try to do more because pressure is coming. All right. I remember counseling a tech executive about 3 years ago. He said, I have so much that I'm doing. I don't seem to have time. There's just so much. I work late into the night. I gave him one simple counsel. Anytime you feel like you are having so much to do, go and sleep. Go and sleep. By the time you wake up, what you're supposed to do in 3 hours, you can do it in 30 minutes because your brain is rested. Rest. Pace yourself. Don't think that you have to achieve everything in 1 year. Don't feel as though you have to achieve everything in 1 day. No. Pace yourself. All of those goals. Remember, once you identify those triggers, begin to plan your time right now. If you have 1 month before the holiday, begin to act on certain things. Think strategically. Think long term. Think about three terms. What are the things I need to prepare right now? Prioritize rest. When there's a task, sleep. You want to get more energy. Get more energy for yourself. Conserve your energy. Conserve your strength. You are on a journey, and this journey is not a sprint. This journey is not a sprint. This journey is a marathon. Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so you want to conserve your energy. Anything that gets you angry, say, okay, I'm not going to involve myself in this conversation. Manage, pace yourself. If you have so many schedules, okay, pause. Don't quickly jump into doing tasks. Once you have a task, what you should do, you begin to plan. Don't do it, plan how to do it. Hope you got that. When you have a lot of tasks lined up, don't begin to do them. The first thing you should do is plan how you will do them. That's the first thing. Some people, when they see many things coming, many tasks, that is what is called time. Managing your time is not about, I have 5 hours, I have 10 hours. Okay, let me see, what can I... Calm down first. And then you will begin to write down a plan. I have an Excel sheet for all the things I have to do. Many things. I have 15 speaking engagements. This month alone, 15 speaking engagements. I'm speaking on different platforms this month for 15 times. How do I do that successfully? Planning. Manage your energy. You are not getting tired. Look at the energy I'm dispensing. I've taught 2 times today, this morning already. I had a client I taught for 1 hour. I've just finished a 1 hour session again with my students that I'm telling, the educators I'm training. Manage your energy. How do you do that? Rest well, but also plan how you're going to space your time. Begin to do certain things before the deadline approaches. Do it small. Some people, it's 2 hours to the deadline and they start working. It's 1 month. No, 1 year ahead, think. 3 months ahead, think. That is long-term thinking. That is strategic thinking. It helps you to manage your stress levels. Sometimes stress is caused by, I have so many things to do. But you knew those things were coming to you. There's so much I can say under that. But let's talk about the last one, talent. So manage your energy. Don't forget that. Not just manage your time, manage your energy. Now let's talk about talent, okay? You are a talented person. Some people are not thinking about what they want to do with their life. They're not thinking about how they want to expand their capacity. Let me tell you a simple trick. Simple trick. The more you read, the more motivated you are. Some people don't know that reading is a way of motivating yourself. Just knowing about the advancement in the different sectors, different worlds, reading a book of literature, that is one way to stay motivated. It's a trick. Some people don't know it. If you don't like reading, you may not be benefiting from this. You may not be benefiting from this. But if you like reading, just forget everything and read a book. Read something. Read about the news. Do something else. But more importantly, grow yourself, grow your capacity, be able to do more. Challenge yourself to take an online course. Challenge yourself to read a book. Challenge yourself to take a course. Challenge yourself to know what your strengths are, to improve on your strengths, to limit your weaknesses. If you're a teacher, learn about social and emotional learning. Join my SEL course. Some of the teachers are here, 40 of them. They are learning new stuff. Anytime you learn something new, your stress level comes down. Scientifically proven. This is scientifically proven. Anytime you learn something new, one of the things why stress is advancing in the lives of people is because they feel stuck. They feel as though they are not moving forward. They feel as though there's nothing to my life. Learn something new. Even if it's just something 5 minutes a day, that's okay. I've learned something new today. Do things differently and do different things. Ooh, somebody should post that in the chat. Do things differently and do different things. Do things differently and do different things. Don't try, because when you bring spice, and that's why people are feeling stuck, feeling demotivated, be actively involved in doing things differently and doing different things. Try different things out. Do a SWOT analysis of your life. This is about your talent. Look at your life and say, why am I in this job? Why am I in this role? What am I trying to achieve? For me as a teacher, 10 years ago, thereabout, when I was a teacher, I said, look, I want to go into project management. I was a teacher. My first degree was as a teacher. The organizer of this session, we were together at University of Lagos, but I said, look, I want to go into project management. I want to begin to train people. Now I've trained teachers, but not just teachers. I've trained executives. I've managed projects for companies. I've trained people in Leadway Consult. Leadway Assurance, PFA. I've trained hundreds and thousands over the years. How did I find myself? Wanting to develop something new, wanting to learn something new, wanting to try something new. And then you stumble on one news, you stumble on one idea, you stumble on one product, you stumble on how to do things differently. You bring innovation. How did I find social and emotional learning as a field that I'm bringing into Nigeria right now, and I'm spreading it all over Nigeria? I've trained over almost 100 people right now on the ambassador's course. Now I've trained over 1,000 from all the different places I've traveled to, because I stumbled on something doing my research. I read the World Economic Forum, read researches from UNESCO, from UNICEF. I said, okay, I have new innovation. As you're doing that, your mind is feeling, all right, I'm feeling as though there's something. Don't look at the school as the solution to all your problems. My salary is not being increased. If they can't afford the salary to increase, what are you doing to develop yourself? You have bills to pay, quite all right, but what can you do now to add more skill? Can you begin to speak and train other people in other schools? But you can't do that if you have not developed yourself. I don't even have time to do that. How about you plan your schedule and say, what can I do to add more to other people's lives that they can pay me, even if it's 1,000 naira? I can train your school for free. Anytime you add value to another person's life, guess what happens? You feel fulfilled. You feel as though you are doing something meaningful, and your stress level will come down. How am I able to manage 2 companies? I'm still doing my 9-to-5 work. I'm still a student right now doing my second master's degree. I'm still doing ministry as a missionary of the Most High God. I'm still doing that. How am I able to do that? All of that is motivation to me. All the work I'm doing things I'm interested in, but I'm also getting motivated from them. I rest, I plan, I start. All of these things I've just shared with you. Your triggers, your time, and you manage your talent. You know where you are going. 5 years time, what do you want to achieve? 2 years time, what do you want to achieve? You don't have to have it all figured out, but have an idea of where you're going. Have a sense of direction. When anytime you don't have a sense of direction, you feel stressed. You feel demotivated, all right? I have 10 minutes to round off. And in the last 10 minutes, I want to list the following things out. Okay, I'm going to just read them out. Please watch the video again, all right? If you are taking notes, you may not be able to take this note because there's no time. Because I want to dedicate the last 5 or 6 minutes to answer your questions, okay? So I'm just going to read this thing out, okay, on how to improve your physical life, how to improve your spiritual life, how to improve your psychological life, how to improve your emotional life, and how to improve your workplace life. These are simple strategies. I'm going to give you simple things. Some of you may not already be doing it. Try, if you have not done any of these things, or if you have not started doing any of these things, try them this holiday and begin to make it a practice. Even if it's 1 or 2 or 3 that you take and adopt and say, from today, I'm going to start doing these things. Let's talk about your physical life. Number 1, eat regularly. Breakfast and lunch. Eat regularly. Number 2, exercise or go to the gym. If you don't have a gym to go to, just walk, take a walk, eat regularly, exercise. Number 3, get regular medical care or prevention. Go to the hospital, check yourself if you can afford that. Number 4, take time off when you are sick. Don't let anybody, when you are sick, don't let anybody say, okay, I have to continue work. Take time off when you are sick. Say, I want to rest. Of course, they will ask you for evidence. Take time off. Number 5, get massages. All right, even if your husband or your brother or your sister that can help you, let them massage your back. Physical care, remember your body. Next one is do physical activity that is fun for you. Anything that is fun for you. It may be going to some relaxation sport. It may be watching a movie. Do physical activity that is fun for you. Something that distresses you, that makes you relax. Sometimes it's sleep. Next one is get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. Research shows that 8 hours of sleep is what is best. Sometimes it's 6 hours. Whatever works for you, you should have found that out by now. Get enough sleep. Next one, wear the clothes you like within your budget. You may not have enough money, but anytime you dress well and you feel as though you're looking good, that helps you to de-stress, to reduce stress. Next one is take vacations, travel, even if it doesn't have to be Dubai. It could be around your state, around your city, around Nigeria. Take vacations, travel somewhere, go somewhere for the holiday, see new places with your eyes. Next one is take a break from technology. Shut off social media. Some people are always on Facebook, always on Instagram, checking, watching videos. Sometimes turn off your phone. There are certain times where I shut down my phone. There are certain times in the year where I'm off social media. Turn off technology, smartphones, all of these things, gadgets. They give you stress. Watch news all day, watch skit all day, watch all. That's what you can do with your physical body. Quickly now, let's look at your psychological care. Number 1, make time for self-reflection. Think about your life. Reflect about your life. I told you about meditation. Number 2, write in a journal. Write in a journal. Some people don't know how to reflect on the things that you've achieved in the day. Write in a journal. Number 3, read literature. It could be a literature. It could be a storybook, a fiction, or a non-fiction. All right. Next one, do something where you're a learner. Do something new. Could be learning to bowl or learning to play table tennis or just do something new. All right. Next one, let others know different aspects of you. Share yourself with other people. Share yourself with the world around you. I tell a colleague, know about their world, let them interact. Just this past week, I met somebody in my office. I just, let me know more about you. Tell me, what do you do? Where were you born? What other names do you have? What's your family? What is your religion? Learn about other people. Be curious about other things, about other people. Spend time outdoors, okay? Sometimes you have to say no to extra responsibilities. Say no to extra responsibilities, all right? Let me jump to spiritual care. There's no time. Spiritual care, spend time in nature. Make time for prayer, meditation, and reflection. Be open to inspiration. Cherish your optimism and hope. Sometimes all you have to do is sing. Sing to yourself. Sometimes all you have to do is express gratitude, say thank you. Sometimes helping people also help you to de-stress. just helping. Every week I volunteer, I go to a hospital, I'm on the street, counseling, mentoring people. How will I be stressed out by doing that? Those things refresh me. Those things energize me. Be open to not knowing about your future. What will happen? Some people, they are thinking about what will happen for me in 5 years, what will happen for me in 2 years. I don't know. I don't have answers. You don't have to know sometimes. The burden of wanting to know can be a stress for you. So be willing to not know sometimes. Okay? Read literature. I already talked about that. Listen to music that you like. At this point of your life, you should already know the kind of music or the kind of songs that inspire you. Listen to those songs. Have the folder. And you just sit down and distress and detox. Okay? Do that every day. Those are the things that help you to distress. And then in your workplace, take time to eat lunch, take time to chat with your coworkers, make time to complete your task, get support from your colleagues. I can send you this entire list. You can reach out to me after now if you want this list. There's a lot I can tell. But these are simple things you can begin to do. Remember, manage what you can manage. It's not everything that you can control, but you can control yourself, all right? I don't have time. I have just 4 minutes to round off, so I'm going to take questions now. There's so many things I could have said, but I have to get back to my session right about now. Okay? There are 2 things you should never be worried about: what you can control and what you can't control. If you can control it, then control it. There's no point worrying. And if you can't control it, then why worry? It's beyond you, all right? That means there's really nothing to be worried about. I'll pause now and take questions. Any question from anybody? 2 or 3 questions, because I'm out of time and I need to run right about now. So I pass it on to our host, Mr. Olasomi Adedeji. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please let your question come in. I'll just take 2 questions so that he can quickly go. Thank you, Ms. Bamidele. God bless you. I cherish you, And I can actually attest to that fact that there's a time in the year, truly, that he goes on social media. I don't know if you still do it anyway. I know there were times, those years that I wouldn't even find you on Instagram. You are not posting anything on WhatsApp. Do you do it?
Yeah, for the last 1 year, because of my ministry, I have to actively post. But yes, I still do it. I still did it last month, leading up to my birthday. Sometimes it's a season, a week or 2. I go off just to detox my mind again and clear. That helps. Okay, that helps.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, please, if you've got questions, let your question come up now. Let me just look at YouTube. I know we have some people on YouTube. But in the meantime, I know you can put that chart on your statuses, do everything differently, do different things. I've written it down. It's going to be on my status. Let's put it on our statuses after this session. All right. Are there questions? What
are those 2 things you should not worry about? What you can control and what you can't control. And all things, everything in life can fall under 2 of those things. 1, you can control it. The other, you can't control it. If you can control it, act on it. Address it. If you can't control it, then leave it, because there's nothing to worry about. Really, there's nothing to worry about. So really, there's nothing to worry about, okay? I don't know if there are other questions. I'm also checking the chat right now. Thank you so much. You can see all of you saying thank you. Thank you too for listening. Thank you. What you can control. Awesome. In terms of learning new skills, there was a time I was more interested in learning skills to improve myself. I stopped because I thought I was using it for something good. How? I think I lost that. How do I use what I have learned to impact lives? Share it with a colleague, share it with a friend, tell somebody about it, okay? Call somebody randomly and say, I want to share this thing with you. The more you share, for me, for example, I share with anything I learn, I quickly share with my wife. Anything I share, I want to share with my colleague at work. Anything I learn, I want to share it with the next person. It helps you to be inspired to learn more, okay? So don't necessarily be wanting to say, okay, I have to teach a crowd. I have to teach no. They share it already. The one you know, all right, there's value in sharing. The more you share, the more you know. And the more you become better. That's why professors are experts, because they've been doing it for a long time. Just share with the little community that you have, all right? Okay, what else do I have here? Somebody saying, when is our next lesson? Okay, I think that's for you. In the case of this stress, I have had difficulties in sleeping. Tried many prescriptions from the doctors, none working. Is there anything that is making you not sleep? What do you do when you don't sleep? Are there thoughts in your mind that keep playing? All right. And sometimes all you have to do is rest during the day so you can sleep at night. Ooh, that's important. Rest during the day or do something meaningful. Okay, there's a scripture in the Bible. I read my Bible. I'm a person of the word. I love the Bible, but there are principles there that you can draw from. One of the principles says, the sleep of a laboring man is sweet. Sometimes if you have not labored, your sleep will not be sweet. If you have not done something meaningful during the day, there's a tendency for you to be struggling during sleep. Sometimes it could be medical issues as well. You want to check, go to the hospital and check, get a doctor's perspective on that. Somebody has said, you said you've already tried many solutions, then try the supernatural, try the spiritual, maybe a spiritual attack as well. Sometimes it could also be you wanting to do something meaningful, okay, during the day. How does an individual cope with an environment where you feel not recognized? Okay, that's a good question. Don't wait to be recognized. Just be the best version of yourself. Okay, don't wait for people's applause. Remember that you are your number one cheerleader. Remember that you are taking ownership of your life. Of course, validation is important, recognition is important, but you are your number one cheerleader. Whatever you do, celebrate it. That's why anything I see, I celebrate myself more than anybody. Nobody should celebrate you more than you. You should be celebrating yourself, because sometimes those voices will not be there to celebrate you again. Would you now begin to feel bad? No. Celebrate yourself. Be your number one cheerleader. Post yourself on social media. Be happy. All right? Don't wait for that. And as you do that, you realize that, look, you are not moved by anything on the outside. If anything on the outside can move you, you will quit one day. You quit because it's not about the feedback. Likes on Facebook. I don't look for likes on Facebook. I don't look for comment. I said, I put it out there for my own happiness and my joy. And I keep moving, keep moving. That's my logo. I keep moving, regardless of what is happening. All right. One last question. Exactly. So what is that self-motivation?
Okay, so there's a question here on YouTube. You said, how do I manage stress in school and at home?
How do you manage? It's all the things I've been sharing all day. Manage stress in school, at home. That's it. Plan your time well. Plan your time. Watch, maybe she just joined. Plan your time. Be strategic with your schedule. Understand the triggers. Understand how to manage your life like a project. Pace yourself. All of these things I've shared already today. That would help you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Please, please, can you drop your social media handle and how would you want them to reach you?
Please, that is my handle on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Let me just drop this because my folks are already waiting for me. And then we can do this on LinkedIn. You follow me. I'm typing it in the chat room now. You will see it shortly.
Okay.
And then I'll drop my email as well. Reach out to me. Okay, and maybe I'll share it with you as well to share with them the list of things that they can do.
All right.
Facebook.
I can also post it on their WhatsApp group. So
awesome. Okay, there's a WhatsApp group. Awesome, that works. Okay, I wish you all well. Thank you all for listening today. I gotta run now.
Thank you so much.
It's an honor. Thank you for the invitation as well.
God bless you. And I'm sure when they reach out to you, you'll be able to tell them your books as well as they can.
Yes, I have resources that can also help you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. God bless you.
Bye. Yes, sir.
Bye. All right, everyone. It's been an awesome time. So we'll just find a way to get these details across to you on WhatsApp. Just a minute, so I copy it. And then, I hope you've been able to learn something. So just give me a minute so that I can post the details on the WhatsApp group, his details, in case you want to reach out to him. That way you'll be able to get his contact. Okay. All right, so our next session is tomorrow by 3 p.m. Tomorrow's session is 3 p.m., not 5 p.m. Tomorrow's session is 3 p.m. And for those who may not know, I know we have some old students here, some may not know, we don't just give out certificates unless you participate. So I know that we have about close to 300 people on the WhatsApp group. And I know a few people join on WhatsApp because I'm on YouTube, and we have some here on Zoom. I just want to encourage others, those whom we have registered together with you, to join the class so that when it's time to give certification, some people won't be feeling that they're entitled. And of course, it's not, of course, just attending the class. There will be a test at the end of this, and just like the conduct that was sent on the group, you can go through it. If you know you got a mail from us and you're not on the WhatsApp group, please check your mail and connect to the WhatsApp group. You can check in, or you can reach out to any of the phone number on the flyer, and they can add you up to the WhatsApp group. It's been a beautiful one I've learned personally, and I want to believe that you have also learned. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow by 3 p.m. Until then, let's keep learning. Bye-bye.